We've had 60 or 70 presentations, short lectures, and more than 300 poster presentations. All of them have been interesting and stimulating. I've tried to organize in my mind a few themes that are most important. One of these, I think, is just the fact that so much of the research now involves large international collaborations. That's one of the exciting things. But it's also one of the challenges, because it's very difficult to find ways to work effectively at large distances with large groups of people. We have to do this because we need specialists from so many different areas. Many of the most exciting things at this conference come as a result of observations from the Herschel Space Observatory. And it's very difficult to find a single highlight or even a few, because there are so many new things to think about. But there are very interesting observations of the places where we think that planets may be forming around stars. And by making observations in the far infrared part of the electromagnetic spectrum, we're especially sensitive to the gas in these planet-forming disks, and also to the dust particles, the solid dust particles that are growing into larger rocks, which will gradually assemble into larger solid bodies like planets. Several of my colleagues were talking about some urgent meetings to discuss a future space mission that will be a kind of successor, a follow-up to the Herschel Space Observatory, but doing slightly different kinds of things. But already, this may be 10 years in the future or more, but there are some urgent meetings going on even now to try to make persuasive proposals and to make the best possible decisions about the instruments that will be built for these future missions. Also, very much on our minds is the construction of the Atacama large millimeter submillimeter array, the largest ground-based telescope. This is under construction in the Atacama Desert in Chile. And we just had a series of presentations in the last session. First, about the status of the ALMA construction, which is very exciting because the first test observations have just been released to the public, apparently. We were told. I haven't had a chance to check yet. The first test observations have been released. We are now in the period where we have until the end of this month to prepare the very first proposals for scientific observations, with the preliminary array, that is the first construction stage, is now finished to the point where it can be opened to the scientific community for real observations. And the complete array will be finished around the end of 2013. This is very much on our minds, and it's the next very big leap. At the next Symposium on Astrochemistry, we expect, in 5 or 6 years' time, we expect a large number of important results from that facility, but the very first observations will be made during the coming year.